Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 6th of April. Starting with the ASX here, we are on track in terms of this market moving higher here into wave 5 of 5 here. So we still have a fair way to go, and we need to line this trend coming up here with the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 as well. Anyway, let's go in and take a closer look. So on the 4-hour chart, not a lot of change so far with this. So we're pretty much sort of on track here for this to move higher. Don't need that. So we've got, as you can see, wave 4 here. So we've got wave 1 and 2. We're looking for 5 waves of 3, 4 and 5. So we're looking up. We know that 7,200 is the old high from the COVID days, before the COVID. So that's a nice place for this particular trend to end, or probably, well, it could be before that, or it could be on that, or just after it. But we'll just continue to count the waves to the upside here for this market. So as you can see here, we've still got further to go. We can also understand that, well, 7,000 is the next largest number. So if you're trading long, that's a nice target to consider. We'll go in and have a look at it closer on the 1-hour chart, pick it up from, well, let's go back to blue wave 4 here. So we've got wave 1 here and 2 here. And we've had some trades in here as well, as you know, this one and this one here, and then this one coming on this top here. So we've got the we've got our positions covering cost at this stage, so that's all good. And now we're going into the third wave. So we've done all the right things. So we've built into the beginning of the trend, and now we're in a nutshell, we're kind of in the middle of the trend. So from this low wave 4 here, when we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up through here, then we can consider where the current price is roughly. Well, let's say the 6.9 here, maybe a tad lower, probably just in here would be about the center of the whole trend at this stage. So yeah, let's just have a closer look in here for this. I might need to pull that apart again in here, but we should see today, we should see the market push up, okay? But then we'll be facing this wave 4 here. So this is the one that might sort of bother you a little bit at this stage. And then to see that dance across the 7,000 here would probably be about right as well here. So this wave 4 here. I think in terms of me just moving the stop up through here, I think we'll just leave the stop here and we'll play for higher ground. We'll play for this wave 5 here, wherever that takes us, okay? So we have to get through this wave 4, and we have to get through this wave 4 as well in all of this. So that's going to be a little bit laborious, but yeah, it'll take this week to get through a lot of that. But yeah, we'll be looking for that higher ground there. So all pretty straightforward, really. So with that said, let's just have a bit of a look around. Let's start with the banks. So we've been starting with ANZ, so we'll just continue with that. As I mentioned before, I felt this move down here was corrective, and we're long in this. We're keeping the stop out of the way down here for that, just so we don't get a sharp move down and get stopped out. But otherwise, we should see it lift up. It's struggling to lift up, but it is building a base here now, as you can see, which is good. And CBA. So with CBA here, as you know, I was looking, and could still be looking at this here as all the A wave, the B wave and the C wave down here. Now I was on track for that, but This move down through here as the third wave was just a little bit small. It could be down for one and back for two, down for one and back for two, and then down for one, keep continuing down. When we take this top out here, that second high here, then I can confirm that this is wave one up here and two here for that. So we are long in here and we're keeping the stop just under this low here, and the reason for that is because this move here is in 5 waves. So we've got the stop here for this because this move here, we've been looking at this as 5 waves here, but we need this top here to be taken out. That will confirm that this is an A and a B and a C wave to this point. Otherwise, we're still edging down here, and it could still certainly be the case here. So, yeah, we can be moving down, so we just need to be a little bit careful. So hopefully today we'll see this push up here because we're looking for wave one and back for wave two, pull down a little bit further than I thought it would, but we'll just stay there. But we can keep the stop where it is here at the moment, because if this low is breached, then we're bearish at that point. So we've got a very tight stop here for all of this, and if we're right, well then we'll be pushing up over the 90 for that. So we'll just continue to be patient and monitor that. Let's have a look at the commodities and then some of our stocks. So with iron ore here, as you know, we're looking at this as wave 3 with an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, and then looking for this as wave 1 and probably back for wave 2 here, and then pushing higher for this. So we expect a little bit of a dance across the 1000. Shouldn't take too long, but we should see a move up on that. So on the tick chart, just drilling into that area here for that. So our low here for wave 2, for a correction rather, and then looking at this as wave 1 here, and we're looking for an ABC back for wave 2, and then a move higher. So that's all playing out nicely. So this can pull back here to the 50-60% retracement level. The platform's just resetting for the Asian markets at the moment, so it's just doing a cram in the memory. So there we go. So yeah, we can pull back to this space here for this. And then we should see this move up from that point. If you're not long in this already, then going long on 1, 2, 3, any of these highs up here would be safe. This may play out a little bit more here. It may do something like this here, or it could just go straight up here. Either way, it's all pretty sort of simple or good. So yeah, iron ore, bullish, good. And have a look at crude. So with crude here, we're a little bit sort of unsure that, but this is starting to overlap now. So we can pretty much look at this here as 5 waves down to this point, some type of correction to come into play, and then wave C to come into play here, and then a move up here. So an A wave, a B wave that may play out a bit more, I'm not sure, and wave C to come into play here, something like that anyway. Once this drops down here, then we can use this high here to go long, but we're just expecting a correction across the 6,000. In the bigger picture, we're still bullish, so we're looking at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up for wave 3 here, and then wave 4 and wave 5 to continue. I suppose you could get something quite weird, and this could be wave C here as an A and a B and a C wave here, but we'll just continue to play it out. But in the meantime, we're still in wave 4 here, and we're going to be in this wave 4 all this week here for that. So if you're trading crude stocks, then don't expect too much. Copper, Dr. Copper, where's copper? Here we go. So I think we just about finished this correction, So wave 3 up here with an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, and I'm counting this as 1, ABC here for 2, down for 3, 4, and 5 here. So we may have one more low here, depends on how you want to count that. We could count that as 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could come back up to here and then drop a bit lower one more time here for this. So we could come up to here and then come back down for one more move and then go up from there. It's either that or we go straight up from here. That's pretty much it. And the reason I say that for is the Australian dollar, because the Australian dollar is doing, we looked at copper on the 4-hour chart, and this is the 1-hour chart for the Australian dollar. So we know that they're both pretty much in sync. So we know it's corrective because the first move down here is in 3 waves, and then we went for the B wave, and then we're looking for the C wave down here. We're traveling nicely as 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd wave, 4th wave. And I was looking for 5 waves down here, but I didn't get it. So I'm wondering if we're just going to get a more complicated 4th wave here for this, meaning that we have one more little move here and then 5 waves down here for this, and then we go up at that point. So this is something we just got to work through, but I'll just put this out here for the moment, because really we've only got 3 waves here, you know. This should be wave C here, so we'll just put that in. But once we get past this, so I'm thinking of this here as 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, one more little move here. So we'll be able to, I'll put that here. I understand though that we can also be finished here for that. But what we can do is also too, once we got that first high above the level here, then we can go long above that high. Okay, once we got that little high in place here. So if this is 1, 2, well, that's actually a little bit more to it. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know we can look at that as an A and a B and a C here, so that's okay. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, so once we get this high in place here, I'll know in the next session which way we're heading with this. But the main takeaway here is we're really at the later stages of all of this correction here. So we'll be looking for more serious long trades here, but also too with copper moving in the same move here, that's obviously going to be good for BHP. So we'll look at BHP. I'm just going to have a look at US BHP first, the ADR. So this is on the weekly chart. We noted last week here that this is BHP weekly, and it's the US one. So we were looking at the stochastics pulling back down here, coming into a sort of bit of a buying opportunity on the weekly. But if we look at that on the daily, that should have turned there at least. So it's, you know, the turn has already been sort of in working in play, and we've been working that situation. I'm a little bit unsure if this is down for wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and we have wave 5 down here. I'm not sure about that just yet. But if we do get 5 waves down, then we're going to get 3 waves back up here, and then another move down at that point. So, yeah, we just got to be a bit careful about this now. So if we go back to the Australian BHP here. So I'm thinking that there's a couple of things that could, I'm a little bit unsure about how to count this. I could count this down here as an A and a B and a C wave here. So the ABC for the A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, and we're finished here and we go straight up from that point. Possible, we're in the right space down here and all the rest of it. The size of it's sort of okay to a point, but I'm left wondering if we're going to get something like this here for this. I'm not quite sure. It should be sort of interesting, really. I mean, we're starting to look at an overlap here for that. So it's a bit difficult to count this down here as, well, this second high here, not this one, but as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then down for 5 here to finish off. It's a little bit hard to do that. So it is possible that we've got a low in place here. But at the same time, I think that because we've got a long trade in here, we'll have to manage that situation to the upside. So on the low here, we'd been working it because we'd based this on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 here. It could be an A wave, but wave 1 and back here. So then we decided to go long here, we're keeping a tight stop. So we can look at this as all as wave 3. A bit hard to call that wave 4 and 5 in here for that. It could be a series building high, but the interesting thing here on this tick chart here is if we take this high out here, this one here would also do as well, then it would make this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here for this. What we don't want to see is this move down through here for this, because then it, I mean, look, basically as long as it stays above the 45 or finds support on the 45 here, it's okay. But as a more of a bullish call, this move here, taking this top out here now, would send us higher at that point, and we can look to move up into the 48 at that point for that. I mean, there is kind of a nice base building along here for all of this in its own way, you know. We just got to keep gathering information for this. I mean, this can be counted as corrective or impulsive at this point. So it's no good getting sort of marrying any particular pattern in here at this particular stage. So let's just continue to see how that goes at that point. Let's have a look at FMG. Well, Rio, that's Newcrest Mining here. That's not the one I want, but we should talk about that this week. Fortescue's, okay, so Fortescue's here had a bit more of a clear account here. This is just the tick chart here, okay, 100 ticks, and this is from the low here at around $19. What we're looking for here is to figure out if this is going to be, this move here is going to be impulsive or corrective. Now, I can say that the first little move here is impulsive. We can also look at this move here as being impulsive as well, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, but it just leaves us with 3 waves up here. What we want to see is 5 waves here. Right, so if we get the 5 waves here, then we know that we're going to get a corrective move, and then we know we're going to get another 5 up at that point, and we can also go long from that point there. That will be the safe trade, or we could even just go through here like that, or we could even buy the pullback here, because once we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, once we've got those 5 waves there, then we know that we're going to get another 5. So we can go in and, you know, at least get a few dollars out of it, or get the trade to break even and get it into a free trade, just in case it's ready to go even further up at that point. So if we get 5 here, that means we'll get 5 over here, and that means we can, you know, start to trade long back on the $20 mark here somewhere for that. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.